Joe? Joe? What are you doing?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were there. Hi. How are you doing? Haven't seen you in ages.
I've just seen you in here. What are you doing?
First of all, it's amazing to see a person.
Yeah. First person in 2 months. 2 months.
2 months. Well, anyway, I was doing a warm-up. I was getting ready to do a warm-up. We're going to do a great warm-up this morning with the boys and girls.
What?
And I've been missing everybody, all the boys and girls from Illuminate, and I've been missing them at work. So I have just been playing games and entertaining myself, and now I'm ready to show everyone my cool game.
Joe, I think you've been locked up a little bit too long.
Well,
what do you think?
no, the boys and girls are with me. They know what I'm doing. They know exactly what I'm doing. They know the game I want to play.
Well, does it involve exercising?
Yes.
Oh, maybe I could help, because I've actually, have to be honest, I've been eating a lot of chocolate over the last couple of months, and I've sort of weight on.
Yes, I think
Big bit of
I
weight
think
on
we've all
actually.
done a bit of that.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. It's the beans game. You know the beans game.
What?
You don't know the beans game.
Not sure.
Boys and girls, you know the beans game, right? They're bound to know the beans game, and you don't know it.
Can you show me?
Yes, right, okay, let's break it down for that. Are you ready? No, so we have jumping bean.
Right.
And you have to say jumping bean!
Oh, jumping bean!
Yeah, because you've got to be excited. And jelly bean! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Very good.
I just guessed that.
Very good, very good. And French bean, we go, ooh la la!
Ooh la la!
Nice! You're getting this now.
Yeah.
String bean, stand up as tall as you can. And broad bean, as wide as you can. And microwave bean, we go, ooh. And when the beans are ready in the microwave, ping!
Oh, right. Feel like Wonder Woman.
Bing! Very good. And green bean, we go, whoa.
Oh, just like I feel after eating too much chocolate.
Fantastic, good job, fantastic. I'll give you a high five, but I can't.
No.
I'll give you a fist bump.
Don't
Fantastic.
try this at home.
No, right, okay. And then the next one, we need to do it really, really fast now, because the boys and girls know it.
What, that wasn't fast?
No, that wasn't fast.
Oh dear.
Are you ready, boys and girls, to see if we can do it faster? Are you ready?
I'll try.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
Oh, wait a minute, let's stretch it out, stretch it out. Stretch it out.
Feel like rocking.
Right, okay, ready. Here we go. Ready, jumping bean. Jelly bean. Whoa, 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 whoa. French bean. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. And string bean. Taller, stretch higher. Broad bean, really wide. Broad bean. And microwave bean. Ooh. Bean. And green bean. Whoa. Very good. Even faster. Jumping bean. Jelly bean. French bean. Ooh la la. String bean. Broad bean. Microwave bean. Ooh. Green bean. Well done. Fist bump. Or elbow bump. What am I saying? Elbow bump. Good job. Well done, everybody. Good job. Now.
I'm feeling a little bit more. I think I've lost some weight after that.
Fantastic. Well done, guys. We'll see you all soon. We're going to do some worship now. Bye.
Bye.
Well, is everybody warmed up now? I know that I am. Are you ready for action? So what we're going to do is we're going to go into worship time, and I've got 2 helpers with me today. I've got Luke, the cheeky monkey, and I've got Solly Wonka here to help me. So I hope that you have to check out. You should be doing the actions, and they should be doing the actions as well, okay? So worship time is the time when we put God right at the top of our list. what we do is we tell God how awesome and amazing He is, because there's nobody like our God. So we're going to do Tell the World. Everybody get ready to go.
Don't wanna stand here and shout your praise and walk away and forget your name. I stand for you if that's all I do, 'cause there is none that compares to you. 'Cause all I want in this lifetime is you, and all I want in this whole world is you. Tell the world that Jesus lives. Tell the world that, tell the world that, tell the world that He died for them. Tell the world that He lives again. No longer I, but Christ in me. It's the truth that sets me free. How could this world be a better place? But by Thy mercy, by Thy grace. 'Cause all I want in this lifetime is you, and all I want in this whole world is you. Everybody now! Tell the world that Jesus lives. Tell the world that, tell the world that, tell the world that He died for them. Tell the world that He lives again. Tell the world that Jesus lives. Tell the world that, tell the world that, tell the world that He died for them. Tell the world that He lives again. From the front to the back, let's go, come on! Come on, come on, we'll tell the world about you. 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 Tell the world that Jesus lives. Tell the world that, tell the world that, tell the world that He died for them. Tell the world that He lives again. Tell the world that Jesus lives. Tell the world that, tell the world that, tell the world that He died for them. Tell the world that He lives again. Come on, we'll tell the world about you. 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 About you.
Hey, it's challenge time! Yep, it's me again. It's time for challenge time. So, last week we saw the challengers throwing in rubbish into the waste paper bin, and they had to get 5 to be winning the points, or see who could get the most, and it was Ash who managed to get the 5. So anyway, you guys have been busy too, so we're going to see what you got and how you got on. Let's check it out now. Woohoo! Wow, well done, Illuminators. That was brilliant. So fun to watch. Fantastic. Thanks so much for sending all those in. We love seeing them, and everyone else loves watching them too. And thank you. So that's really good because, you know, Luke, you scored all 5. So that means you're going to get a point for the Illuminators. It's very exciting. Oh, I wonder what that means for our scoreboard. Oh, we're going to look at that later. So let's find out what the next challenge is for our challengers. We have asked the challengers to see if they can carry a spoon on their nose and to see who can hold it for the longest. We don't want them to hold it any longer than 30 seconds. If they do, they'll definitely score a point. But how long can they hold it on for? How long can they keep it before it falls off? Let's find out. Let's watch now. Wow, you managed to all hold the spoon on your nose for 30 seconds. I wasn't expecting that. I made it too easy. Wasn't tricky enough. Oh well, that's good news for the challengers because that means you all score 1 point. Let's look at the scoreboard and see where we are. We have Andy with 2 points. We have Ash with 3 points. We have our Illuminators also with 3 points. And we have Charlie still in the lead with 4 points. So what we need now is we need our Illuminators to send in their challenge. We need you to send us the challenge with you holding the spoon on your nose. Okay? No longer than 30 seconds. Whoever can do it will score 2 points for their team if you can hold it for 30 seconds. Okay, we're going to give you 2 extra points this week. Okay, all right, because I'm feeling generous. Okay, all right, send them in. All right, to illuminate@carrigielamchurch.co.uk. All right, bye.
So boys and girls, it is now time for our memory verse, and it's the same as last week's. 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 12. And this was when Paul was writing to Timothy, telling him, don't let anyone look down on you because you're young, but you can set an example to the believers in the way that you live your life, in the way you speak, and the way you love. And that's the same for you guys too. You can set an example to people around you. It does not matter how old you are, but you can be an example for Christ. So let's learn our memory verse this morning.
Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. But set an example for the believers. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. But set an example for the believers. Let's be in light, in love, in faith and in purity. In speech, in light, in love,
Well done, guys, on your memory verse. That one is my favourite and you did a great job. Now it is time to look at our answers from our quiz last week. Okay, are you ready? Do you have your answers there? Okay, good. So question number 1 was, who did God send to anoint a new king? And the answer is Samuel. So God sent Samuel to anoint a new king. Question number 2 is, where did Jesse say that David was? So all the brothers were lined up in front of Samuel and David was missing, but where was he? The answer is he was out the back looking after the sheep. Number 3 is, who did God choose to become the next king? The answer is David. So God chose David to be the next king. Number 4 is, what calmed the king? So the king was really, really angry and something happened to calm him down. The answer is David played the harp, which calmed the king down. Question number 5 is, who was the Philistines' champion? And the answer is Goliath. So Goliath was the Philistines' champion. And question number 6 is, why did David have to be patient? And the answer to that one is he had to be patient because he didn't become king straight away. David was a teenager whenever he was anointed and he had to wait nearly 15 years before he got to be king. So he had to be patient. Sometimes in our lives when things happen or somebody gives you a promise, you want it straight away. I know I do. If someone tells me they're going to get me chocolate, I'm like, give it to me now. And David was told that he would be the next king, but he had to be patient and know that it was in God's timing and not his timing. I hope you guys got them all right, and listen up to the story now, because afterwards there's going to be another quiz.
Okay, now it is time for our story. So today's story, I have a little prop with me. So I have this. Does anybody know what this is? Maybe your mum or your daddy might use this at home now that they can't go to the gym. It's really heavy. I'm really struggling here to lift it. Does anybody know what this is called? So these are used to build up your physical strength, okay? They're weights. So you can use these to build up your muscles, okay? And you might have seen them before, but I thought it would be a good idea to bring the weights into our story today, because our story is about someone who was really, really, really strong. And that person was called Samson. So our story today is found in the book of Judges. Now, is that in the Old Testament or the New Testament? What do you think? So Judges is found in the Old Testament, and today our story is about Samson, who had so much strength. He was so strong, but his strength was not from doing weights or from building up his muscles. His strength was actually a gift from God, and his strength was in his hair. So his strength was in his hair. So we're gonna look a wee bit more on the story of Samson today. So our story begins with the Israelites once again getting into trouble with God. So God put the Philistines in charge of the Israelites for 40 years. But there was a wee bit of a problem. The Philistines and the Israelites did not like each other. They did not get on. They were enemies, in fact. And this is where Samson comes in, because he had a really important job of freeing the Israelites from the Philistines. And God had given him the gift of strength in his hair, okay? And that was going to help him do this really important job. But it was a secret. Nobody knew that Samson had the gift of strength in his hair. Everybody knew that Samson was really, really strong, because they could see that he was really strong, but they didn't know how Samson had so much strength. And there were some people who were trying to figure this out. And so whenever Samson got older, he fell in love with a woman called Delilah, okay? And even Delilah didn't know how Samson was so strong. But do you remember I said there were people who wanted to find out what the secret to Samson's strength was? Those people were called the Philistines, okay? And they knew that Delilah and Samson were in love, and they knew that if they wanted to get the secret of Samson's strength, then Delilah would be the person to go to, because Delilah could find out for them and then they could tell the Philistines. So that's exactly what their plan was. So the Philistines went to Delilah and they asked Delilah if she could find out the secret to Samson's strength. And Delilah didn't even know the secret, but she was going to find out because the Philistines had offered her lots and lots and lots of money for this secret of Samson's strength. So they really, really wanted to find out because they were willing to pay lots of money for it. And Delilah was not sure, but then she started to think of all the nice things that she could buy with her money. And she thought, yeah, I'm going to find the secret of Samson's strength so I can get the money from the Philistines. So Delilah went home and she asked Samson not once, not twice, but 3 times what the secret to his strength was. And Samson kept it a secret. He didn't tell Delilah. But then one day, Samson told Delilah that his strength was a gift from God and it was in his hair. And so his hair had never ever been cut. Now, I know that my hair is long and I know that my hair is not strong. But can you imagine never ever ever cutting your hair? So Samson's hair must have been so long. Maybe some of your hair is very long at the minute because you can't get it cut. But Samson's hair was so long and he didn't cut it on purpose, because if he cut his hair then he would lose the strength, because it would lose the gift that he got from God. So it was so long and he didn't cut it. But now Delilah finally knew the secret to Samson's strength. She knew that Samson was so strong because of the gift that he got from God. And Delilah knew that to get the strength to make Samson not strong anymore, she could shave his hair off, and then that meant that she would get the money from the Philistines. So that's exactly what they did. They shaved Samson's hair off, so he had no strength, he had no hair. And then the Philistines, they came in and they captured Samson. They took him away and they gave Delilah her money, so she was happy. But do you think Samson was happy? I don't think he was, because he realised as soon as his hair was cut off, he realised that he had lost the strength that he had in his hair that was the gift from God. So eventually Samson's hair grew back and he regained his strength. So it came back because his hair grew back, and remember, the strength was inside his hair, and that freed the Israelites from the Philistines. So that was the plan all along. The plan all along was for Samson to free the Israelites from the Philistines. So Samson didn't have physical strength, but he did have strength that was a gift from God. And so if we think about how Samson was distracted by Delilah's beauty, I thought it reminded me if I was running a race and I was running so fast, maybe it's sports day and you're running really, really, really fast, you're trying to get first place and you're really, really close to the finish line and you finally see it and you're running really fast and you're first, you're winning, but then you think, oh, what is everyone else doing behind me? How far away is Sarah? How far away is Jack? Let me have a wee peek and see. And you turn your head, you take your eye off the finish line, you take your eye off the goal, and you turn your head, and then you just see all your friends run past you, and then before you know it, you are last in the race. You're not first place anymore, and you've fallen a wee bit behind because you took your eye off your finish line. And that just reminded me of how Samson got distracted by Delilah's beauty. So Samson loved Delilah, and he was so busy with her beauty and he was so distracted by Delilah that he took his eye off his gift. He took his eye off the end goal of freeing the Israelites from the Philistines, and because of that then he lost his hair. So like Samson found strength in his hair from his gift, we can find our strength in God by doing this, by spending time with God. So we might not have the physical strength that Samson had, but we can have the strength in our faith, okay? So the more time that we spend with God, the more time that we really focus on Him and we focus on God as our main goal, like you would focus on being first in your race, If you focus on God and you just keep your eyes on Him and you don't get distracted by anything else, and I know it's really, really, really hard. There's so many things in this world that you could get distracted by. You get distracted by playing on your iPad or playing on your tablet, or you get distracted by watching TV, or you can get distracted by lots and lots of things. But it's really important for us Illuminators to remember that our real focus and our main goal is to love and serve God, okay? And we can do that. We can do that by praying to Him, by reading our Bible, and by worshipping to Him. Like all the things that we do in Illuminate, okay, that helps us to grow stronger in our faith with God. And it's really, really important that we do that, because if we grow really strong in our faith with God and we don't get distracted and we don't let other things affect our love for God, then we will always be able to remember that we can face anything in our lives as long as we have God by our side, because we will have a really strong faith and we will know that that is the truth. Even if we get distracted by other things, we will know that God is our main focus, okay? So hopefully we can remember that next week, whenever we start a new week. Hopefully we can remember that God is always by our side, okay? Even if we get distracted and we go away for a wee bit, but whenever we come back again, God is always going to be there. Okay, so now Illuminate, it's time for a quiz, and I know that Illuminate will have no problem in doing this because they're always so good at listening to the story and answering the questions. So question number 1. What was Samson's gift from God? Question number 2. How did Samson get distracted? So what was it that he was really distracted by? Question number 3. Which testament is the book of Judges found in the Bible? So it's either going to be the Old Testament or the New Testament. So which one is Judges found in? So we said this at the start of our story today. Question number 4. Which group of people wanted to know the secret to Samson's strength? So there was a group of people and they approached Delilah and they asked her to find out the secret of Samson's strength. Can you remember what that group of people were called? And the last question, question number 5, what was Delilah going to get in return for the secret to Samson's strength? So Delilah was going to find out the secret, and then she was going to give it to that group of people who wanted to find out the secret, and then they were going to give her something in return. But what was it that they were going to give her? Okay, so that is our quiz finished for this week. So you'll find out the answers in next week's video. So please make sure that you keep your quiz questions somewhere safe so that you can find out if you got them all right in next week's video.
Well, boys and girls, that's us for another week. I hope you had fun. I hope that you got up and you were dancing and you got fall for the worship. And we just want to say thank you once again for joining us at Illuminate on a Sunday morning. We love as a team coming together and putting this stuff together to share with you guys. But we also love getting your videos in. So please this week send us your videos. Send us the videos of trying to beat Ash, Charlie and myself at the challenge. And please send in the videos of you guys doing our memory verse, which is 1 Timothy 4:12. We would love to see any funny videos that you guys have put together throughout the week. Please send them in to illuminate@carrickielimchurch.co.uk. Hopefully this has came on the bottom of the screen. If it hasn't, then I'm pointing at the ground here like a muppet. So hopefully Abby hasn't stitched me up too much for that. So yes, please send us through your videos. Also, if you have any questions or if you have any prayer requests, please send them in too, so we as a team can continue to pray for you guys and your families. And also a shout out to any parents who are watching this, whose kids and yourselves maybe don't attend our church regularly on a Sunday. Please get in contact with us as well. We would love to make contact with you guys. we have resources available, we have different things available for the kids throughout the week. So please get in touch again at illuminate@carrigatumchurch.co.uk. So thank you guys, have a great Sunday, hope you enjoy your dinner, and I hope that you are all getting sweeties from your parents.
Staring into your eyes makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you. Reaching beyond the skies, running deep, stretching wide. Perfect love realized, here with you. Now this love is for real, you will never let go, never let go. Oh, and it's more than just words, love beyond